Billionaires in the UK have become too rich, and that's hurting all of us. So we have new research out based on the Sunday Times Rich List, which dropped last week. And in that research, we found that the amount of money gained by the super rich in this country since 1990 is absolutely mind-boggling. So in 1990, there were 15 billionaires in the UK, and collectively they had, when you adjust for inflation, £65.8 billion between them. Now that's a lot of money. It's enough to end homelessness twice with a bit left over. But it's nothing compared to what we have in 2025, which is 156 billionaires and £619.5 billion. That is an enormous sum of money. So the question is, how did they increase their wealth so much? According to the Sunday Times, it's down to the billionaires' quote, gut and gumption. Now, you may not be surprised to hear that our research found something very different, and that is that more and more billionaires in this country are getting their money from property and inheritance. So they're not actually doing anything to get their money, other than benefiting from our increasing rents and deeply dodgeable inheritance tax laws. This is extractive wealth, wealth that is made at our expense and which doesn't benefit society at all. Here's an example of what that looks like. The Duke of Westminster inherited £9 billion from his father, and he paid almost no inheritance tax on that because they had the good sense to store it all in a trust. And his father inherited that money from his father, and so on, right back to 1677, when someone in the Grosvenor family had the bright idea of buying up large chunks of what would become central London, and they've got their money from that ever since. This is how billionaires are made in the UK. Someone in your family buys something in 1677. So sure, lucky him. But this means that the Grosvenor estate and every other billionaire who stores their wealth in property benefits massively from increasing property prices and increasing rents. And that gives them a really big incentive to make sure that our system stays broken and continues to make them money. And that is how you get from £3 billion of inheritance and property wealth in 1995 to £177 billion of property and inheritance wealth in 2025. Over 1 in 4 billionaires get their money from inheritance and property wealth now. That is what a crisis looks like, and that is a lot of people who want it to continue.